Man, what's up with y'all boys, man? It's your boy Lamar, and I'm back with another reaction video. You know what I'm saying? We finna react to a... Hold on, I gotta stop doing this every video. I don't remember names. It's a microphone video, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. They're trying to cancel... They are attempting to cancel Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess, well, obviously it's gonna be about the situation. I guess, like, Lamar was like, you know what I'm saying? He was pissed off, you know what I'm saying? The Ravens lost to Jacksonville, which I never watched the game. I only saw like clips of the game. I seen like videos of his receivers dropping passes and shit. So I guess, well, obviously you'll be frustrated. And Lamar was pissed. I remember that nigga was like, "Fuck this shit" on the podium, but he didn't say it like that. But yeah, like he was heated, and I think someone on Twitter said something to him, and he just got pissed off. He got pissed off. He told the nigga to eat dick. Well, no. He said something like, "You won't do shit but eat dick." Anyway, bro, and apparently I heard, well, somebody in ESPN said something, and they're trying to make him sound homophobic for what he said, which makes no sense. But you know, it's the media. They're gonna continue to stir up. That should have never took that long, but stir up, you know, headlines, you know, because the internet is about clicks and views and everything, which I feel like most people aren't believing what they're trying to, well, that one individual trying to push the anti-gay thing. Like, we all know he wasn't being homophobic, and it makes no sense. But then again, Lamar Jackson gets criticized for everything. But with nothing to say, man, it's your boy No Limit Arc, and let's get it. Hey man, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, man. It really helps your boy out, man. Let's get it.
300 guaranteed million, at least 250 guaranteed million. You were supposed to be the face of the franchise, and you fire back personally at this guy.
Lamar Jackson, you know, you've been around him. He's got one of the biggest hearts of anybody I know. I think that's not a place he wants to be, and that's certainly not things that he wants to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. It's gonna be a very...
That nigga was heated, bro. That nigga was heated, bro. I don't blame him, bro, because I'll be heated too. Man. I'll be getting pissed off when I lose in Madden, man. I'm pretty sure it's worse as a professional quarterback, man.
Easy week this week. I'm currently on 4 hours of sleep, and that's because I've been up all night researching, because there's so many topics to cover this week, and I'm gonna do my best to cover all of them. I mean, we have Mike White and Zach Wilson. We have Odell Beckham Jr. getting into some interesting...
Oh yeah, what y'all think about that Zach Wilson situation? Me personally, I don't really care, because it's not my team, Carolina, but no care, I think it's time to move from Zach Wilson, bro, because I understand I'm one of those people who don't believe quarterbacks should be getting called a bust in their second season, but if it's to a point where his locker room turns on him and the backup outplays you, but he should be replaced. But it's not about that. I'm probably gonna make another video about that.
We have Russell Wilson hitting a brand new low. Deshaun Watson's coming back, and then right when...
Okay, let me stop pausing the intro, bro. Yeah, I'm pissed off at Russell Wilson. Like, I'm now on, I'm a professional Russell Wilson hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slander him as much as I can as possible. He single-handedly just ruined Carolina's chance of getting a top pick of this year's draft. Before we played Denver, we had the second pick of the upcoming draft, and Russell Wilson being dog shit just costed us that chance, because we ended up beating Denver last Sunday, and now we dropped to the 5th pick, I think 5th or 6th pick. Well, no, I think we moved up because Pittsburgh won last night. So thanks a lot, man. I swear, bro, Russell Wilson is so ass, bro. Got outplayed by fucking Sam Darnold, bro. I
thought that things can't get any more bizarre. This news falls right into my lap. So before we get to the content, I've been having a lot of fun doing prize picks lately, guys. So I think I'm gonna start going live on either TikTok and Instagram and making picks with you guys. You actually hit on my Thanksgiving picks from my previous video. Huge lock here, bro. I feel so good about this. Darius Slayton is gonna be able to play.
Alright, fuck with that. That's cool. It's cool. Alright, man.
At SeatGeek. SeatGeek is by far on your
Hey, respect, man. Get your bag, man. Get your money.
What's going on, everybody? There's been so many narratives about Lamar Jackson throughout his entire career. I mean, from the very moment he entered the NFL, he had an absolute legend in Bill Polian calling him a running back. But the most recent drama with Lamar Jackson stemmed all the way back into the offseason, where him and the Baltimore Ravens just couldn't come to an agreement on a contract extension. You see, Lamar Jackson saw a pretty crazy contract extension appear right before his eyes when the Cleveland Browns offered to pay Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed $240.
I feel like that Deshaun Watson contract is basically going to ruin how contracts are structured, because I feel like nowadays people are going to look at that contract and think, all right, if you get that money, his and Kyler Murray's contract, they're going to be like, all right, so they get that, they're getting paid that much, even though, Deshaun Watson's a star player, but damn, I should be able to get that money. Kyler Murray, to be honest, Kyler Murray's cool and all, but I don't know why the fuck they gave him that contract. I mean, he ain't even won a playoff game yet. That's just me personally. But then I guess, hey, I mean, good quarterbacks are hard to find, even though he hasn't been that good this year. But I don't know if that's his fault or Cliff Kingsbury's fault, but yeah, Lamar, he deserves his money. Obviously, they should have paid him after the MVP year because he won a playoff game and he won MVP before. But then I feel like big contracts like that really just ruin the team, because they're not going to be able to pay people like help on their team. They got to end up playing around a bunch of no names and shit.
A contract that is so absurd, especially given Deshaun Watson's situation at the time, that no team dared mimic the same exact deal. I mean, following that deal, you had the Cardinals who were working something out with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray didn't get a fully guaranteed deal. He got a pretty nice deal, but it wasn't fully guaranteed. Then you had the Denver Broncos who brilliantly decided to trade for Russell Wilson and then give him a contract extension after seeing a couple press conferences of himself saying, let's ride.
Let's ride.
And even he didn't get a fully guaranteed deal. And thank the Lord. Could you just imagine, like, if the Broncos are screwed now, could you just imagine how much more screwed they would have been if they would have given a fully guaranteed deal to Russell Wilson? I mean, it's not like they're in a better situation now, but I digress. We have a full video on that. Make sure you watch it. So much stuff about that situation. An absolute dumpster fire. But let's get back to this. As a result of Deshaun Watson's contract, Lamar Jackson essentially told the Ravens that he wanted the same type of deal. He also is negotiating on his own behalf, and on top of everything, he's already won an MVP, so he does have some accolades to back it up. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely flaws to Lamar Jackson's game, and there are definitely question marks about him as a quarterback. With all due respect to Lamar Jackson, you're not necessarily seeing top-tier wide receivers wanting to go to Baltimore to play with Lamar Jackson, and I don't think that's a knock on Lamar. I think that's more of a knock on the system that the Baltimore Ravens are in. Greg Roman's offense places a huge emphasis on the run. It's a consistent ground and pound attack, and then they'll hit you with a home run strike. I mean, you saw Deshaun Jackson catch one of these home run balls this past weekend. And there's been so many knocks on Lamar Jackson, especially in a year where he literally bet on himself to try to get a bigger contract than he would have gotten anyways. On top of that, if you're a quarterback that really believes in your abilities and you're in the NFL, you should try to kick the can down the road as much as you can, because the longer you wait to get your contract extension, the more you're going to get paid relative to everyone else in your position. I mean, you remember the Dak Prescott contract extension that Dallas Cowboys were getting a lot of heat for? He's now the 9th highest paid QB in the entire NFL, which, to be honest, as a Cowboy fan, I think that's great value for Dak Prescott. Now, the Baltimore Ravens are in a very interesting situation. To be honest, the entire AFC North is in a very peculiar situation. I mean, looking at the records of the Baltimore Ravens, the Cincinnati Bengals, and Cleveland Browns, and when you consider the fact that the Cleveland Browns are getting Deshaun Watson back for the final 7 games of the season, things are about to get really interesting in this division. And as you could tell, it's neck and neck between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals to win the division and get a guaranteed playoff spot. I'm sure second place could potentially get a wild card spot, but as a result of this, tensions are very, very high for the Ravens, who have so far proven that they have one of the better defenses in the NFL. They went all in and traded for Roquan Smith on top of this, and as a result, this past weekend could have essentially definitely been a trap game for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars are definitely trending upward, don't get me wrong, and I am one of the biggest Trevor Lawrence defenders that you will ever find on YouTube. I mean, I think it's only a matter of time before you see his jersey on this wall over here. I love his ability to make throws that most quarterbacks can't make. I love watching him develop right in front of our very eyes. And unfortunately for the Baltimore Ravens, we saw the next step in Trevor Lawrence's development this past weekend when he heroically led the Jacksonville Jaguars to one of the most incredible drives that I think I've seen all year. It included a fourth down conversion, it included a touchdown, it included multiple difficult throws by Trevor Lawrence, and the best part of all, in
they say that was incomplete
Doug Peterson fashion, the Jacksonville Jaguars were incredibly aggressive once they scored the potential game-tying touchdown. But they didn't go for a tie. They didn't kick the extra point. They converted a 2-point conversion. I don't remember the last time I saw this happen successfully. I mean, typically whenever I see a team go for 2 to try to get the lead, usually they lose. And what's interesting is this past weekend we actually saw 2 of these situations pan out for coaches that it typically...
Hey, what's the Jaguars record real quick? Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Hold on. Hey man, don't judge. This isn't my phone. This is my side phone. My old phone. Okay, before niggas start talking shit about, this nigga got an iPhone 6 in 2022, nigga. No, I got an iPhone XR, which isn't the newest, but it's nice. So hold on, let me look at the Jaguars record. Hold on, we're gonna do this shit right live. We're gonna do this live. Alright, so what I'm seeing right now. Alright, these niggas is 4 for 4. Okay, these niggas 4 and 4. Jacksonville's probably not making the playoffs, so no offense, if you know a team not going to the playoffs, well, obviously I'm not a head coach, but I feel like that just gives you an excuse to just play all out. Like, fuck, you got nothing to lose, and go for 2s instead of the tie. You know what I'm saying? Just why not? Because, like, fuck, you got nothing to lose, but then again, Jacksonville might. Hold on, let me get a reminder who's in their division on my poster. Okay. Alright, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Okay, never mind. Jacksonville might. Oh no, Tennessee's gonna. I forgot about Tennessee. Well, I said Tennessee. I forgot they're actually good. Okay, no, Tennessee's making the playoffs in their division, but no, Jacksonville's the second best team. I'll give them that because Houston, Indianapolis are dog shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
You have the LA Chargers and Brandon Staley, who we typically meme for getting these situations wrong and being too overly aggressive. And then you have Doug Peterson, who also is known for being overly aggressive. It worked out for both of these coaches. I just wanted to make sure we were all aware of that. And unfortunately, the Baltimore Ravens were very frustrated. I mean, this is a team that was expecting to... to beat the quote-unquote lowly Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I thought it would have been
as a result,
a blowout.
It looks like towards the end of the game, Lamar Jackson took to Twitter to see what fans were saying about him. So this is what initially caught my eye. Because as a result of this exchange, I got this notification that said Lamar Jackson responds to social media posts that criticized his performance with tweet that included anti-gay phrase. So that definitely made me raise an eyebrow. And
yeah, like I saw that tweet. I saw Lamar's tweet first. But then when I saw that notification, I thought, okay, did he call him like the hard F? Which that's an anti-gay phrase. But then I looked back, he was talking about the tweet. I originally saw the eat dick tweet. I was like, nigga, that's not anti-gay. Like at least when you tell somebody, alright, you just eating dick or something like that, they're not actually doing it. It's just somebody who's just talking about other people instead of, they're just talking about other people. Like, damn, you eating dick right now. You just talking about other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just talking.
Went ahead.
Like, y'all understand, bro. Obviously, they are not gonna understand. They're not gonna understand. But we understand.
Look at it. I saw the exchange between Lamar.
Okay, when I say they, I don't mean just all white people. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, the ESPN older white people. There's even some white people that understand what we're talking about.
And the fan. So Lamar Jackson's been getting this type of heat all season long, by the way. Fans saying that,
oh, he doesn't deserve $250 million guaranteed.
And that's what this fan had to say. When someone is asking for over $250 million guaranteed, like Lamar Jackson, games like this should not come to Justin Tucker.
Also, that nigga Lamar should have had like 3 touchdown passes. I seen like clips on Twitter those niggas were like dropping passes, they weren't holding on and shit.
Or walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team. But I forgot to mention, following Trevor Lawrence's heroic 2-point conversion to give the Jacksonville Jaguars the lead, Lamar Jackson actually was able to get the Baltimore Ravens in position for a 67-yard Justin Tucker field goal, which I bet Justin Tucker was salivating over this because he had the opportunity to beat his own record that he set last year versus the Detroit Lions. And unfortunately, the 67-yard field goal didn't convert, which was 1 yard longer than his previous record. And as a result, the Ravens lost. So what this fan is referring to is games like this should not come to Justin Tucker. Let Lamar walk and spend that money on a well-rounded team, which, by the way, I don't think is the worst take at all. If we wanted to back up a little bit, it really depends on what Ravens fans think about Lamar Jackson. Typically, I would say if Lamar Jackson isn't your guy, you should trade him. I mean, they should have done this last off season. You probably would get a plethora of first-round picks for the guy. I mean, honestly, there'd be so many teams that would pay top dollar to have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson on.
Shit, I know it's Carolina, we'll take him. But I don't think we can even take him, though. I would love it for him to be on Carolina, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Just someone else besides watching the same three niggas every week. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, PJ Walker. Honestly, the only thing I was happy this year was seeing Matt Corral play, but he got injured in the preseason. So, speaking of, like, damn near all our quarterbacks got hurt this year. Darnold, Mayfield, fucking Walker got hurt, Matt Corral got hurt at some point. It's like, damn, but that's another video to talk about.
So in the event that the Ravens don't think Lamar is their guy, that's not necessarily a bad way to approach this. You know me, I'm a huge proponent of taking a quarterback, finding a good QB in the NFL draft, taking advantage of his rookie scale contract, surrounding him with as much talent as humanly possible, and trying to make a run to the Super Bowl. You're watching the Dolphins do it currently, and same with the Philadelphia Eagles. Lamar Jackson was tagged in this tweet, and oh my God, he did not like what this man had to say, and I don't really blame him. Lamar said, and I quote, boy, STFU, y'all be capping too much on this app. MF never smelt a football field, never did shit but eat. So as a result of this, Lamar Jackson got a lot of heat. I mean, he got so much heat that he had to delete the tweet. And to be honest, man, typically I would not think this is a big deal at all, but the media is making a pretty big deal.
Yeah, see, like, obviously this isn't a big deal to most normal people, but, you know, the media, once again, makes a big deal out of everything. So obviously, and the fact it's Lamar Jackson, they're going to dogpile him with it.
So this is what John Harbaugh had to say on Lamar Jackson's tweet, and I think what he said was very intelligent here.
I talked to him. I heard about it last night. Talked to him this morning. We talk a lot about football, but we also talk a little bit about that stuff too. You know, what goes on in terms of the media and everything. And really, you know, it's just beg guys not to get into the Twitter world right after the game, especially after a loss. It's never going to be positive. It's not going to be a nice place. You know, I think that's kind of reflected in Lamar's response, because what he said was just so out of character for him. That's not the way he speaks. It's not the way he talks. It's not the words he ever uses. I've never heard him say things like that before. He wants to win. You know, I'm sure he's frustrated, just like we all are. And that's just a place you just don't want to live. You know, I know he understands that. Lamar Jackson, you know, you've been around him. He's got one of the biggest hearts of anybody I know.
Yeah, like, Twitter is definitely the worst place you want to go after a frustrating moment. I definitely do not fall. Twitter is definitely the worst place, because like, if I was a professional athlete, dog, like, bro, I couldn't do it. I'll either have to delete Twitter completely, or I'm gonna be on there cussing people out. Cause, like, bro, it's just, y'all know Twitter. It's not even just Twitter, all social media, or all media included.
And the way he treats people, the way he treats kids, the way he treats the media.
You're going to have to be off the media, social
He's
media.
also one of the biggest competitors I've ever met. So those kind of conversations he takes very seriously, you know? So you get trapped sometimes by someone that's baiting you just a little bit, and you can't live there. It's not important. It's something I love about him, but, you know, I think that's not a place he wants to be, and that's certainly not things that he wants to say.
So he didn't even bother to mention whether or not Lamar Jackson said was homophobic or not. He just said Lamar shouldn't get on Twitter when he's feeling that emotional, and he has a right to feel emotional, man. There's been so many times where I'm in a bad mood and I get on YouTube and I read my comments, and it just takes one negative comment to sometimes set me off. I'll even like go and type out like a paragraph sometimes in response to this comment, and then inevitably delete it because nothing good could come out of it. But on top of this, Lamar Jackson responded to the criticism he's getting for the quote unquote quote homophobic tweet saying this is defamation of my character because not once have I ever mentioned or disrespected anyone's sexuality, sexual orientation, gender, religion, or race. You are reaching. Bro, I can't really comment on this because I'd be very biased. I play a lot of Call of Duty, man, and the amount of times I've said SMD or literally eat is way too much for me to.
Yeah, people say that a lot. Not me though. Oh shit, I said it just in this video, but yeah, if you play games, you gonna be saying it. Yeah.
At least in my case, it's never coming out of a place where I am trying to target a group of people. It's
Facts,
like
you
the
just
equivalent
frustrated,
of me
he's pissed
telling
off.
someone to go themselves. I think it's all interchangeable. Could he have said something different? Yeah, obviously he could have, and maybe we should all try to get to a point where we don't literally say this, but to go out of your way to insinuate that Lamar Jackson really was so frustrated that he was targeting a group of people with this tweet, in my opinion, is a bit of a reach. But at the same time, I think it's not up to me to determine whether or not this is insulting. I think that community of people has to come out and say whether or not it's insulting. So if you happen to be part of the LGBTQ plus community, let me know in the comment section if what Lamar Jackson said offends you. Because at the end of the day, like, even when I'm not saying this to someone to insult them, I'll use interchangeably to say like you're doing nothing. For example, the Denver Broncos didn't do on offense.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I don't think he should be getting the hate that he's getting.
Sorry ass nigga Russell Wilson.
Change his terminology whenever he's
Bum-ass
upset.
nigga.
Yeah, and I'm sure as a result of this he will.
I
don't
haven't
think he
moved
should
on.
be canceled over this at all. But that's my take on the matter. I respect your opinion. If you have a different opinion than me,
Yeah, dog. Like no one's gonna try to cancel him, bro. Obviously, it's gonna be that. Obviously, niggas. That I think it was like one ESPN analyst who said that, and obviously, people on Twitter going. Obviously, those type of people on Twitter, the anti-Lamar Jackson people on there gonna say, because they're just looking for any reason to bring him down. But they're just gonna try to bring him down. Obviously, logical. He wasn't talking about. Why would he randomly just? You know what, bro, whatever. But it's your boy Lamar Ark, man. You fuck with these reactions, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit me up. What y'all want me to react to, and other stuff too. Like, what else want me? Because I'm trying to get back on the taste test and trying new shit. So, hey, man, just let me know what y'all want, man. I think that I say like, comment, subscribe. I think I said that. But anyway, it's your boy Lamar Ark, and I'm out.